What is going on?
What?
What is this? Oh, that's right.
What?
We started a podcast.
Oh, that whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is, sounds like Stranger Things almost.
Almost.
Almost. Not quite.
Maybe it's a remix?
Maybe. It might be, yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
And I think you did that, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
That's good.
I put it in my beatbox machine and just click the buttons. That's all music is today anyways now.
Yeah. You're going to be a SoundCloud rapper?
Yeah.
Face tattoos?
Yeah, multicolored hair.
Yeah.
And I gotta get my Mr. T starter kit though, so I need a couple more chains to hang
Need two
down to my dang-a-lang.
2 chains?
2 chains? Yeah, why would you want just 2, right? Don't you want more than 2?
Yeah, at least 3.
At least 3.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey.
You guys might be wondering what's going on. This isn't the typical 50% tactical or 50% production.
Yeah. And shocker, OE doesn't always have an accent.
Yeah.
Which surprised some people, actually, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't understand it's a character?
They don't understand it's a character, yeah. And then it's satire.
That's crazy.
It's so tragic.
Yeah, it is. But we started to get a lot more into doing this video thing full time. So we started a podcast.
Yeah.
It's called Freedom Tree Fitty or Freedom 350.
Tree Fitty's better, much better. More better.
And tell them why it's 350.
It's 350 because that was the price that we were paid to put our lives on the line while deployed. Combat pay was $3.50 a day.
Yep.
And when you add it up, man, does it stack up. Like, we were stacking paper. Just kidding. Politicians make way more than we do.
Yeah. And if you want to look further into the 350, I mean, I go by Fitty sometimes,
yeah,
right?
He's half black, half white.
One arm.
Yeah, one arm. I mean,
also,
there's three arms between the two of us.
And that's the 3 in
that's the 3.
In the 350. 3 arms.
And if you haven't seen the podcast yet, you'll have to note that the show is disproportionately white.
It is.
Because I'm 99.99% white, according to 23andMe. Because I have 0.01% Native American, so it doesn't really count. But because I'm white, and then you're half white, so that makes the show at least 75% white.
Yeah.
At least.
If you ask other black Americans, though, they usually consider me a coon because I have different values than the hive mind. So,
that's dangerous.
Yeah. So I guess...
yeah, so freedom also is just because we don't believe in hate speech. We don't believe...
Exactly. There's no such thing as hate speech.
So we'll say whatever we want to. We kind of comment on a lot of political ongoings right now.
But to introduce you to the podcast, I figured we'd do one of the podcast segments is...
Guns on the table.
Guns on the table. Whatever gun, we just throw it on the table, we start talking about it. And today, we have one of my new builds. This is a CMMG.
It's at 80% lower.
Yeah, it's missing a few things. It's missing the trigger guard and the trigger group. And the trigger group that's going to go in it is going to be a binary trigger.
You know what I just thought of?
What? Shouldn't
people be upset at the binary trigger? Because there's more than one fire mode out there.
No, there's more than two.
There's a spectrum.
There's a spectrum
of fire modes.
Especially when you get an HK.
Yeah. We should be offended.
We should.
How dare they try to tell me that I'm binary trigger group.
But, yeah. So if you don't know, binary trigger group is when you pull the trigger, it goes bang. When you release the trigger, it goes bang.
We did that rap thing right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at us.
And it's not a Fostech trigger group. It's a Franklin Armory binary trigger. The Franklin Armory binary trigger, I think, is a lot less complicated than the Fostech trigger.
Would you say it's more plug and play? To a
by the looks of it, because I haven't really...
You haven't really played with it yet?
Yeah. By the looks of it, I think the Fostech trigger... I mean, even the Franklin Armory trigger is easy to go in. Because it comes pre-assembled. And it has this little bitty pin.
Mm-hmm.
that holds the trigger, the disconnector, and then the little binary thing, right? So you drop it in there, and then you take the actual trigger pin, and you tap it through, pushing that small pin out.
Tap it in.
Yeah. So it's pretty easy to install.
Yeah, my personal opinion is I've built several ARs is that they're overall inherently just easy to build.
Yeah, it's like Legos. It's good.
Yeah.
Interchangeable parts. I mean.
Yeah, so great.
Yeah, the mil-spec thing. I mean, the only way it starts to get complicated is when you go into billet receivers, because they don't have that standard
right. They're slightly
dimensions.
different, yeah.
So like a handguard that has the two little clips on the side, like that one, to keep it from rotating, the anti-rotation knobs or whatever.
Keepers, if you will.
That might not fit on a billet upper receiver because the dimensions aren't the same as mil-spec. So.
Right.
But this is built on a CMMG Colt style magazine, low receiver and upper receiver. Now, a lot of people ask me, why Colt?
Yeah, why Colt?
Why not Glock? Because Glock is the best, right? Well,
see, I think Glock is missing a very important thing here, because they should open up a brand of chip dip, call it Glockamole. You're welcome, Glock. That'd be $5.99.
Yeah. But I chose to go with the Colt because the Colt retained the magazine release of an AR-15. So that means I could go and get an ambi release that I like.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is like the forward
something
controls.
You're familiar with and used to anyways.
Yeah. And I could still drop the magazine, whereas with the Glock low receiver, I'd have to drop the weapon, reach around, push the button.
Give it a reach around?
Yeah, I had to give it a reach around and jerk off that magazine.
Jerk it all kinds of off.
Well, not jerk it off. I had to jerk it out.
Jerk it out off. It's a new thing. The kids are doing it these days.
Okay. But yeah, so I'm gonna have some stuff here now. With the new YouTube policies, I can't show you the installation of a binary trigger. I can't even show you how I put this thing together.
That's dumb.
It is.
Because it's just two pins hold upper receiver to lower receiver.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
I can't show you how to clean it because that's assembling and disassembling. I can't show you.
Hold up now. So you're telling me YouTube's policies that I can't show you how to safely maintain a weapon? What about a sword?
That's how it could be interpreted. It's all about interpretation.
That is so dumb.
It is. But so because my main thing is YouTube, right? Or our main thing is YouTube. There's a couple other sites there that I post to, which is Gunstreamer and YouTube, which is
huge.
Which is
it's gonna be great. It's huge.
The Utah Gun Exchange, and they both have video streaming sites, and they don't censor. Yeah. So where I can't show the build videos on YouTube anymore, they're on YouTube and Gunstreamer.
You know, ironically, actually, when we started facing the whole YouTube anti-gun thing, I started looking at other streaming platforms' policies, and sounds kind of weird, but Pornhub is actually a safe haven for freedom of speech.
Actually, Ian, and I forget the other guy's name of the Forgotten Weapons channel.
Yeah.
They actually started posting on Pornhub just as like a, hey.
Yeah, we
need free speech, you know. Because, I mean, everyone says, YouTube and Google and they're all private companies, right? But at a point when you get so much money from the government, whether it be in
subsidized income.
subsidies or even grants, and being so big and so in control of the information stream, you'd have to look at it almost like a utility.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're a private company, but they shouldn't be doing this. So all the build videos will be on the other two sites now.
And that's tragic too, because before my time, there was gun stuff taught in schools, gun safety, right?
Yeah.
And that's pretty important, I think, even if you're anti-gun, just to know how to safely remove a magazine and clear it, I think is pretty important.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you can get by your entire life by, if you run into a gun, just don't touch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you're going to need to know how to safely disarm it.
Yeah. Like with this new build here, it's going to be my new bedside gun.
Right.
And when I told my wife that, she said, well, I need to know how to use it. I'm like, well, Yeah, I'm gonna show you how to
Yeah.
use it. It's just like every other AR. It's not hard. So I told her. I handed it to her. I said, "There's no trigger in it, but I mean, you can get a feel
You
for
can get
it.
a feel for it, yeah.
Like
The ergonomics.
Yeah, the safety is gonna be the same. You just flip it down and you're
go
good
to
go.
town. Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah. I'm not gonna get into all the details about this build because
The deets.
that's gonna be on the overview video that's coming out. About
Exclusive.
all the parts that I chose and why I chose it and all that stuff. But I'd say all in all, it looks like a pretty good gun.
Yeah. When you sent me the picture of it, oh man, I was like, I can't wait to shoot that.
Jizz your pants.
I did jizz my pants. I was like, oh god. And I just got done shooting my brand new M1 Grand.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a World War II shootout.
Yeah. Oh my god. Who is this? Texas. The picture's a donut? John Buddy. Who's that?
John Buddy.
I don't know. Sorry.
You want to hook it back up or no?
I'm gonna wait and see if he leaves a message because it'll go bing bing. Wait, is that the ATF guy? He's gonna pop out and start looking at us.
Oh, is that the ATF guy? Yeah, that's another thing. You guys will. I'll edit little things here and there on the podcast that are like little funny stuff.
Little inside jokes for people that are watching and not just listening.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we've done 4 or 5, maybe 6 episodes of the podcast now.
Maybe 7.
Maybe
I
7.
don't know. That's one of the things we struggle with as veterans with TBIs is trying to remember what we talk about, and I think it'll be funny one day when we start repeating subjects.
Yeah.
People are like, "You guys already talked about that."
Well, we've because me and you were all about that, consciousness theory.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. We've talked about that quite a few times. Yeah. And in the podcast, there's a very large portion of the videos on the podcast channel you guys really can't see unless you're patrons. And all you have to do is be a $1 patron. That's it, and you get access to all the extra stuff. And with every subject we talk about, we go on
many tangents.
It's
the only way veterans know how to talk is just tangent.
It'll be it'll be whatever the topic is. We might talk about it for an hour, but we've been here for 3 hours
talking about a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. And then it's, I got to edit it down and all that stuff, but the podcast is really easy to edit because it's just a one shot.
Yeah.
My gun videos are a little bit more
in depth.
Yeah. But,
right, so look at the beautiful angles on this here. Right, so you see how it's got like a sideways motion, yeah? Is that good?
Yeah. So coming up here on the Fitty channel is going to be this build overview video, talking about the parts and everything. I'm going to have a video of us shooting my new suppressor.
The brand new suppressor.
Surefire 300 SPS.
Mm-hmm.
We took it to the range and shot it with one of my neighbors and his father-in-law. And it was fun. Shot on the AK and on the ARs.
We'll probably also be doing the Deadfoot Arms buttstock review.
Yes.
That's been a long awaited. I know by them, we told them we'd do it within a couple months, and it's been like a year or 2.
Yeah. I mean,
just life got in the way, and plus I really wanted to give it a good test over time.
Yeah. Like, when it comes to our videos, I just don't set up a camera like we're doing right now.
And just go.
Yeah. I put a lot of time into it, so by being a patron on the Patreon page, you'd also help out the gun channel too, because it's like a
dual purpose
Patreon page. What else should we talk about that's gun related?
Oh, we could talk about the tragedy of the election that just happened. I'm sure a lot of people will be talking about this.
Washington.
Yeah, Washington State. Should a 21-year-old see, like, they outlawed the purchase of semi-automatic rifles until you're 21.
It's already been handguns. I mean, how are you supposed to be able to defend yourself. I mean, that's not right.
Oh my God. No disrespect to any police out there, but it is not your job to protect me as a citizen.
And they don't.
Yeah, they don't show up at my house and walk me to my car and then follow me or drive me and then walk me into the store.
Yeah.
They don't do that. So it's not their job. It's my job to protect myself and my property.
You know how bad it's got over there. What is that, Washington, right?
Yeah, Washington, yeah. Well, that's the other thing too, with like the Antifa, the news about Antifa starting to come back up.
Didn't they take over Portland?
Yeah, they did.
And like the police like stood down and they took over
because they were ordered to stand down.
Yeah, I know. It's retarded.
It's tragic. Like a lot of people, I guess, are not aware, but Antifa is something that we do need to be concerned about.
It is.
Because these little blonde-headed, banged, chubby cheek punk kids just want to keep crying, and
they don't understand.
They don't understand the gravity of what they're doing.
Nope.
When the whole like black bloc thing,
people are gonna die.
People are going to die, and the people they're picking fights with, they're not going to do very well against because it's all of us veterans who will stand up for the Constitution.
Well, not even veteran. I mean, any patriot, anybody that
they're already at a significant disadvantage, though.
Yeah.
Because if you're going against somebody who's already been in combat and knows what to expect versus someone who's green.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know those green guys, they could go either way, whether or not they freeze their first time, right? So people are going to get hurt because of them. And people have gotten hurt over them.
Oh, yeah.
So it's bad for everybody. So, yeah, the whole... I don't think that we should ban a weapon at all.
No.
I feel like the ATF is completely overstepping boundaries. I understand how people think that full auto should not be something... That's
so readily available.
Yeah. But I mean, you have to look at the whole purpose of why we have the right to bear arms, and that is to directly remove our government system as the populace if we deem it necessary. I don't think we'll ever have to get to that point.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not, right?
Hopefully we do it peacefully through voting.
Through voting, and that would be the preferred method, I think, for everybody. But we should not let the small majority start telling us how to speak and what we can and cannot do.
Yeah.
Because now that is directly infringing on our rights as Americans.
See, when it comes to that small majority speaking for the small minority speaking for the majority, right? I guess this is going off into podcast topics.
Kind of.
It's kind of like how the trans bathroom issue.
Yeah.
How it was never an issue.
Yeah, it never was an issue.
It never should have been an issue.
Nope.
But there were voices out there that made it an issue, and the voices out there made it seem like the trans community was bigger than
what they really were.
Yeah, I mean, the LGBT community in America is what, 3% of the population?
Yeah, something like that.
And they're like 1 or 2% of the LGBT population.
So they're a fraction of a fraction.
Exactly.
So it's like what, 1 in 100,000 people?
Yeah.
Maybe.
But then you look on media, you see it everywhere. Not trans, but like the LGBT.
Yeah.
Which I don't care. You be proud or
whatever. Yeah.
But they push it like
it's so common. Yeah. And I don't understand.
Yeah, they push it like there's at least every sitcom there's
always a gay guy now. Yeah. It's like it was different. I think when we go back to having certain TV shows where when it wasn't accepted, I guess, so to speak, the whole, because it was a foreign concept.
Yeah.
Especially growing up, like it was never an option for me because I knew from an early age that I liked women.
Yeah.
So to understand that that's potentially an option for other people was a good way to be exposed to it, as opposed to the way they're doing it now, which is just it's so down your throat that even like kids' TV shows now have gay characters.
Well, there's even they've kind of retconned a lot of characters.
Right. It's almost like
Bert and Ernie.
Like it's one thing if a character was intended to be gay to support that community, but it's completely different when they write the characters out and then they're like, oh, and by the way, this guy's gay.
Yeah, like Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street. Like the creator, writer, they could have been two dudes.
Yeah, they could have been two dudes, yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I knew, they were just two sailors sharing a bunk bed when I was a kid. That's a shout out to all those squids out there.
Oh, those beds are so small.
They're so small.
Oh my God.
When we run for president, that's going to be our forum. We need bigger beds on the boats.
Bigger boats, bigger beds.
Yeah, because that 18-inch gap, that's not enough.
Oh. think boats and hoes with
The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, I'll do you in the butt while I'm drinking sangria and nachos, lemon heads, my dad's boat. Guess what? We won't go down because my dick can float. Boats and hoes. And see, it's things like that I can never forget, but there's other shit that's like way more important that I forget all the time.
Yep. Anyways, we're talking about guns.
Yeah, we were. Guns.
See how easy we got on a tangent? That's what happens. And, yeah. There's my Saiga. That's what I started the channel with pretty much.
You know what?
What?
When you first introduced the Saiga to me, I was kind of like ignorant to that whole line of or methods of shotguns, I guess you could say. And it occurred to me that most people don't pronounce it Saiga the way it's supposed to be.
They pronounce it like Sega Genesis.
Like a Sega Genesis, yeah.
Like, oh, give me that
Sega
12. Like, it's Saiga.
Right? And so, because I never heard it described any other way until you introduced it to me. And so when I actually heard somebody say a Sega, I was like, you want a game console? Like, no, man, it's a Sega 12. I'm like, what the fuck is a Sega 12?
Yeah.
And then he's like, that's a Sega 12. I'm like, you mean that's Saiga? Oh, got it.
Yeah, you know,
you're an idiot.
What's messed up, when I first joined the Army and I got to Fort Hood,
Texas.
Yeah. We went to it was like one of the best, not one of the best, the second biggest,
what, gun store?
Gun store. Like the biggest was like this big.
Isn't that one in Colorado?
Yeah, no, just outside of Fort Hood.
Oh,
not
okay. Not the biggest in the United States of America.
Yeah, there was a big pawn shop outside Fort Hood that was like one of the larger.
Every time you say pawn shop, I think of Pawn Stars, when that guy's like, it's going to take up a lot of inventory space. It's going to collect dust. I don't know. It's a very limited market, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you $5 for it. Motherfucker, it's worth $12,000.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was the other gun shop. And I walked in there, and I think this is like around the time that the Saiga 12s were being imported into the U.S. And I walk around, and I see, AK, and then I see this fat AK. I'm like, what is that? And
thick.
I go, yeah. Trump does it better.
THICCCCCCCCCC.
But yeah, I see this thick AK, and I'm like,
what's up, girl?
So I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, is that a AK shotgun? He's like, oh yeah, it's like a 12. Got it in 12, 20, 410. I was like,
what? You get that shit in 410?
I got a 410. I just haven't done
played
anything.
With it?
Huh?
You haven't played with it yet?
Not yet. I got the whole conversion kit ready to go in a Zukov stock set ready to slap on the bitch. But yeah. I looked at it, and you know how much they cost back then? $300.
Damn, I should have got one.
I should have cleaned them out.
Yeah.
Should have cleaned them out.
Should have cleaned them.
And then they get a new shipment, clean them again. Because when I got my Saiga 12 is when they all started getting a little bit more popular. But I got my Saiga 12 out of necessity.
Right. You had a different circumstance.
A
Your
little flipper.
Finding Nemo flipper.
Yeah, I'm finding Nemo. Yeah. So, yeah, I couldn't use a pump anymore really
I wonder why.
Efficiently. So I traded it at a gun show for that Saiga 12.
Did you use a gun show loophole?
I did not.
Wow. You messed up, because that's apparently where you get all your illegal full auto.
I know.
Short barreled with the barrel shroud and the thing in the back that goes up.
Yeah, I know. They even offered me a lightning link for that.
What?
And I said no.
You said no?
Yeah.
Idiot.
But then
I can't believe we're friends.
But then I found out that the lightning link won't work for the Saiga.
Oh no, but a shoestring will, right?
Yes.
A legally classified machine gun shoestring.
And your thumb. Belt loop thumb. But what's cool?
It's like a little kid going.
Yeah. What's cool is, I got the binary trigger and the 300 blackout. Well, they're sending a binary trigger in for the new build here, right?
Yeah.
They're also working on an AK binary trigger.
Oh.
And I've already talked to them about, hey,
getting one to test it.
Yeah, like, is it Saiga
compatible?
Compatible. It should be.
It should be, because if it's AK, it should be.
Yeah. So, hopefully the next time you guys see that thing, it'll be all binaried out now. a lot of people don't know, like all that work on that thing I did myself, which was kind of difficult.
Oh, why is that?
And the only thing I didn't
You
do.
didn't have an assistant?
Yeah, I didn't have an assistant and only 2 feet in one hand. That's literally how I punched out the
You didn't
the
use your
pins.
head.
Yeah, I didn't use my head. But
Get you a helmet for Christmas.
I completely stripped that thing down. And I sent it off to be nitrided.
Mm-hmm.
Salt bath, whatever,
Yeah.
nitride. So the whole thing is nitrided. The bolt carrier is nitrided as well. I have an ALG trigger in it, and the ALG trigger. Oh no, I don't have it. I just have a regular trigger in that. I have an ALG in my regular one.
Yeah.
My AK-74. But yeah, that brake is the Carolina Shooter Supply. Carolina Shooter Supply.
Shooter supply. You almost said shooter surprise.
I did. But it's the their version or their copy of the Molot GK01 brake. That's Russian, and that's like my favorite brake. I got another brake here. Hold on.
You know what my favorite break is?
What?
When they wear that one-piece tracksuit.
Like Flojo
Yeah.
with the one leg.
Mm-hmm.
That's not any suit, and then one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flojo. She got a big butt,
Big ol'
booty.
Yeah, we talked about being... We prefer flat bottoms.
But this is the other one.
Dang.
Looks kind of ridic.
It looks space agey.
Yeah. Looks like I cut down a tree or something. I'm actually gonna put this up.
It's a good survival tool. You could probably grate cheese with that as well.
Yeah. Maybe it's a flute.
That's how you play the
Zelda.
Zelda theme. It's ocarina.
But I'm gonna put it up against the GO1 here soon. We are kind of
Busy?
busy. We're putting up. We're trying to scale up the production
Yeah.
of the gun stuff and the
We're looking to
podcast.
hire up to 2 people below you.
Yeah.
Really? You want to fire him? Huh?
Uh,
No, but we do need an intern who's good at being a millennial. Because we've discussed our social media game is not on fleek. It's not lit, yo.
I can Facebook, Instagram, and that's my max. Like you get into all this stuff, I'm like, oh god. Like
I still don't fully understand Snapchat and why people are drawn to it, because those pictures are still going somewhere.
oh yeah,
They're still saved on the cloud.
Oh,
Nobody
yeah.
understands the cloud.
yeah. It's like all iPhones.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I upgraded from the original iPhone to the iPhone 4.
Oh, you fancy girl.
Well, like I got it because I was on deployment. I came back. I was like, oh, I got money.
You get that fat stack of $3.50 a day. Yeah.
So, yeah, I get the new iPhone, and I had never done it. I forget what. I had never updated or synced it since the first time. My first iPhone. I never synced it except for the first time to get it up and running, right?
Yeah.
I get that new phone. I synced it. Every single photo that I ever took
Ever. Yeah.
I had access to it with timestamps and geolocation.
Geolocations.
And I'm like,
What the fuck?
But then it went away. Like when I opened maps, iMaps or whatever it is, I had geolocation. I'm like, what's all these places all over? What? Oh, all these pictures? What?
Damn.
I didn't do this.
Yeah.
They
I think Google had something similar too, because when I upgraded one of my Google phones, like there was the pictures that I thought were deleted.
Yeah.
And no, they held on to them. So yeah, technology is one hand cool, one hand scary AF.
Very, very scary. That's why I got that.
Yeah. Let a ISIS Mo Fracky come in here. Actually, we should be rephrasing it. Let an Antifa guy, kid, whatever gender they identify as, show up.
You know what's messed up about that?
What's that?
That
It's the weapon of my enemy.
No, well, the hand guard there, the little 87 Magpul 870.
Yeah, the Magnapul.
Yeah, I modified that obviously to fit the Saga 12, and I even approached Magpul at I think the NRA meeting quite a few years ago, before they started the whole AK thing, and I was like, hey, I've done this modification for my Saga 12, and I got a lot of guys asking for me to make the little modified thing to fit it. and they would love for you guys to make something for AK so they can, do that. And they're like, oh, we have no
intentions of going to AK.
Yeah, and then like a couple of years later,
we're doing AKs,
and the AK stuff was just like
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like,
it's not like they, it's their property. I've modified their intellectual property, so it's not like I was like, hey, they took my intellectual property.
You want to talk about intellectual property? I had $1 million idea. Because every time you flush a toilet, all that water, right, falls through. Well, if you took a hydro generator, right, they put in rivers that spin and just generates electricity. If you put that in people's toilets, you could run household electricity off that. I was like, oh, $1 million idea, I should do it. And then I Googled it. Somebody beat me to it. That person, they stole my idea somehow. They got in my head.
Is that open source? Everyone comes from the same source.
Yeah.
And we have that antenna that can.
And I had a conversation with one of my college professors about how everything is technically plagiarism. Just because it's from a credible book doesn't mean it's not skewed or biased in any way.
Yeah.
And therefore I should be allowed to use Wikipedia. And my argument was so compelling, he went, okay, seems logic and just to me. Because, let's be honest, is it any more credible if it's like everybody contributing to a page versus one guy writing a book with his personal views? Does that make it historically accurate?
Yeah, everyone always shits on freaking Wikipedia because it's not reliable because you can go and edit it.
But I remember back in the day, anybody could just go change it, but now there's a process.
Exactly. You have to be an editor.
Yeah, and you have to be like linked to a credible profession or reason why you're a subject matter expert in that region. Because I've tried to edit the regiment's page a few times, but I'm not gonna go create a Wikipedia account just to fix the errors.
Yeah. But it seems like it might be it for this.
Just a little tasty taste.
Little taste of an episode. Seems like if you guys like this, head on over to Freedom 350 on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram,
Twitters.
Yeah,
I think it's all socials. Yeah.
So if you guys like this stuff, please head on over to the Patreon page and just be a dollar patron. That's all you need to get access to all of the extras, which are all the tangents we go on.
Yeah.
There's always a tangent, unless it's a random episode where it's just a conversation. Because we've had one of those where there really isn't any tangents. It's just a conversation between me and you, and whatever subjects we get on, we get on.
And this has been Guns on the Table.
Guns on the Table.
Freedom 350 podcast production. Almost timed it. Almost.
Almost.
I wrote the music and I can't even time it right.
Yeah, no.
Gosh darn it.